fourth word in the 7-word system is goodbye. Whereas no says, I don't want to do that. Goodbye is saying, I don't want to do that anymore. So clearly a strong no is a requirement for a strong goodbye. You have to be able to make sure that nothing occurs in the future which you are denying now. So it is necessary to have a strong boundary against what may occur, just to make sure that you get what you want. Goodbye is to do with movement, dynamism. It's saying this current situation is no longer serving me. Perhaps it never has, but then perhaps it has. The thing is that we need to move now. And the process of movement is what we're studying in goodbye. And the movement towards what you choose, away from what you choose not to have anymore. Goodbye, therefore, has a lot to do with freedom. The movement towards freedom is defined by the 4 keywords of goodbye. The first is realization. We have to wake up, bring into consciousness the realization that we don't like what's happening anymore. Maybe we got married to the love of our lives 20 years ago, and actually enough's enough. We don't want that now. Maybe we have a job which was the most compelling, exciting career move that we could possibly have taken 2 years ago. But we've grown now. We don't find any adventure, any excitement, any growth any longer in our career situation. So we want to move forward to maintain the dynamism of our career. Maybe we're in a situation where things just aren't moving right socially. Somebody is perhaps being a bully, dominating the group that you were once part of. You just don't like it anymore. Maybe you've changed. The group may not have changed. Maybe you have changed. But the realization that this is the case is not easily won. We have to be very honest with ourselves. We have to move into a deeper sense of self-examination to determine what is the case. We don't like it anymore. We get up feeling, no, I don't want to go to work now. I used to love to go to work, but I don't anymore. You turn away from your lover thinking, oh, I don't want that right now. It's hard to come to terms with that, to realize that that is the case. You have to accept something which is pretty unacceptable. Like your marriage isn't working, your career isn't working, your social group isn't working. You have to accept that. And that's not easy. The realization comes along with that sense of being real, noticing what feelings you have. Now, if your realization is profound and you are a dynamic person who expects things to go their way, decision automatically follows. Decision is a cutting away. Decision is not a proposal. It's a cutting away. I have decided I will no longer continue in this situation. Come what may. Come what may. You have to put a huge amount of grit into this. This is measuring the deepest strength that you have in the real world, the physical world. Can I actually insist that I can move on now? My circumstances are just not conducive to my soul's joy. So I must move. And that's a decision. Then you have to move on. So before you move on, you have to complete. Completion is very important. A lot of people today don't realize how important it is. The thing is that whatever you've put energy into, it's got a sticky effect upon you. It binds you to it. And that can be a person, that can be a job situation. But if you've invested in it, then it becomes sticky for you. And to actually unstick those tentacles is important. That's the completion process. Whatever we have begun, we need to bring to its fulfillment and clean up the mess. Climate change is a result of the fact that people did not clear up the mess behind them. They made decisions about things which led to consequences that they didn't deal with. We didn't deal with. And this completion phase is what's messing up the whole planet at the moment. Now, it does that on a personal level too. If you've actually begun something and you've continued it for a while and now you want to finish it, there will be sticky tentacles to deal with. You need to pay up your debts. You need to explain yourself to people. You need to stop getting the benefits from whatever you're enjoying. For example, in relationship, if you decided to separate, you can't sleep together anymore. The decision means you can't sleep together anymore, because that is a tentacle, it's a sticky tentacle that will bind you into a version of yourself that you have decided not to be anymore. Now, if you behave not in accordance with that, the results will be ambiguous, and for goodbye, ambiguity diminishes your power. If you're clear-minded about what it is you want to do, most particularly in this case, what it is you've definitely decided not to do anymore, that clear-mindedness is a power. And the ambiguity that arises when you do not complete properly is also a power. It's a power that diminishes your clarity, diminishes your effectiveness. Now, when you've got this sorted out, realization, decision, completion, then you're free. Freedom follows. Some people think that freedom from difficult situations is what they want. Some other people think that freedom to achieve what their vision tells them to achieve is the freedom that they want. And freedom from and freedom to are not the same thing. You have to think about what kind of person you are and which of those two policies is more philosophically or spiritually correct for you. So with goodbye, we're saying decision is central. Freedom is the goal. Go on. Only decisions boost your effectiveness.